Yeah, thank you. Whenever you get into situations where Chris and Pedro kind of go up for the same ball and neither of them get to it and it kind of squirts through, and now it's a one-on-one situation. I kind of take a glance and see that no defenders are really going to close the ball, and so that's kind of when you take the onus on yourself and say, let me just close the angle a little bit here. And then as you see him getting closer to you and getting ready to strike it, you just kind of try and spread and make yourself big. And for me, that's a part of my game where I feel really comfortable. Guys coming in close and just kind of being able to put a block up and try and get a body part on it, whichever one keeps it out of the net. So that's all I saw there, and just trying to make a play and help the group.
With regards to the atmosphere or the vibe out here today, I mean, I walked out there at the training, I'm like, wow, this is great. Everyone's up.
Mm-hmm.
Yet it was a heartbreaker
Mm-hmm.
the other day.
Yeah.
And what does that tell you about the group and the character and so forth?
Yeah, I think if you look at the last week of the 3 games, Saturday, Wednesday, Saturday, the way that each game kind of went is a real testament to how strong we are as a group, right? You go and you win in Atlanta on Saturday. You feel really good going into the midweek, and we kind of get turned over. It wasn't our best game, and that's just being completely honest. And then we have another quick turnaround, and we have to go play a team that's top of the table. Obviously, the spectacle of playing Miami these days, everything that entails. And we have to turn it around quickly. And we go there, credit to ourselves, and put in a really good game plan and execute it nearly to perfection. And so we're a team that, of course, dissects each game, win, loss, draw, and takes the positives and the negatives out. But at the same time, we turn over quickly, we turn the page, and we focus on the next one. There's no sense in, yes, it was heartbreaking. There's no sense in letting that lag on for a couple days, right? We take our day off after the game. Everyone's frustrated, everyone's disappointed, but the message is clear from the staff when we come in on the Tuesday. It's over. We look at it, we put it to bed, it's over. We're focused on Saturday.
Great, thanks.
And you feel like it seems like consistency, just what you're talking about, is going to come on. I say consistency, to get 2 to 3 wins in a row, which would be a change in this league. Where do you see the growth that's happening with this team? Because it's essentially not only a new season, but a new team.
Yeah, unfortunately, I think the real growth that's happening hasn't quite showed in the table and the results yet. But we feel it as a group, our guys in the locker room, we feel the progress that's being made, and the staff feels it as well, that there are mostly positive things coming out of these games. And it's just 1 or 2 situations that we either lose focus or we lose a runner or guys get tired that are the difference between us taking points and us not taking points. And so instead of saying, man, we're so far off of getting results here and being a team that's really competitive, that's not the case at all. We're right there with every team we play against. The game plan is spot on nearly every game. The guys show up to play. Guys are excited about the prospect of going out and getting 3 points. And so we'd be having a totally different conversation if we felt that we weren't in these games at all, that we were really far off from getting results. We're not. It's just a couple details here and there that we need to clean up as a group, as individuals, as a collective, to really turn this momentum in our favor. And you know how this league works. You've been around for longer than anyone. It's 1, 2 wins in a row, and that momentum that starts to snowball down the hill, and you can pick up a lot of points really quickly.
I talked to Jackson Hopkins this week, and God, he looks like he's getting even younger. I don't
Yeah.
know about you, but the role he's taken on is, and as you see it in front of you,
Yeah.
It's such an important role. Just some of your thoughts on that role.
Yeah, I think
it's not as natural.
No, it's not. And I think to credit Jackson, I don't know if he'll appreciate me saying this, but we were in a meeting and Troy kind of asked him in front of the group, like, oh, how'd you feel about being in the 6? And Jackson just said, I'm just happy to be on the field, and that's his kind of personality. He just wants to get out there and play. He wants to get out there and give it his all. And I think he's one of those guys where every once in a while in the league you see, in your own locker room, a kid that's growing up before your very eyes. And I think that's really what's happening with Jackson right now, is that he's put in some really, really strong performances this year. He is growing up before our eyes. He's becoming a really mature player, a really refined player. And he's been really helpful for us to this point in the season. I think I'm really happy for him. He's such a great kid. And he works as hard as anyone out there. So he really is improving every single day. And he's been doing a really solid job for us. So really happy for him.
You just came off of a 3-match, 8-day period, and now you have another 8-day period coming up with 3 matches. What's the mindset, especially as the weather starts to get warmer, DC starts to become swamp DC? what's your message, or been the message this weekend, how to be able to give your all for all these games coming up, but also be able to figure out how to conserve energy, especially for the newer guys on the team?
Yeah, I think oddly enough, it's the same as when you have one game a week where you have to give everything you have in the next game. And then after that game, you pick up the pieces and you figure out where you are as a group, and then you focus on the next one. We can't be in a situation where we're trying to rest guys and this and that. Like that's not really that's not really how we do things here. You know, we're focused on going out and getting 3 points on Saturday. And everyone on the field is expected, and the guys around them are demanding that we all give it our all to get those 3 points, whatever it takes. And then you go into a game Wednesday where we're traveling to Montreal, and we come in on Sunday or on Monday, whichever day we're in, and we pick up the pieces and we figure out where we're going from there. It's definitely not a try and get through the week type situation. We're going out for every game trying to get 3 points.
And as you go into next month, right? The next month is very crucial as you enter the summer.
Mm-hmm.
Both you and Troy today have talked kind of about how you guys have come along so far this year.
Mm-hmm.
Over the next month, what do you think should be the point of emphasis or focus as you guys continue to improve game by game?
Yeah, I'll speak on one of them that's been lingering for a little while now. It's starting games and finishing games, starting halves and finishing halves. It's, as a goalkeeper, you hate giving up goals in general. That's literally what keeps me up at night. But the one that pisses you off the most are ones that happen in the 94th minute, in the 86th minute in Columbus, or whatever minute that is. The ones that happen in the opening 5 minutes, right? Like these are the ones that realistically as a group we have to say, listen, we're going to start this game. We're going to be smart with the ball. We're going to be smart with our attacks. We're going to be smart defending. And we're not going to give up a goal in the first 10, 15 minutes. It's not going to happen. And when you look up at the clock and you're tired and you see 83, and you say to yourself, there's no chance we're giving up a goal. It's a mentality thing. And I think that we're switching it. It's coming around, but it's still not there yet. And yeah, the fact is that we have had a lot of turnover, and we don't use that as an excuse internally, as it's not used as an excuse externally, right? But this is the growing pains of a new staff, of a bunch of new players. We got a lot of young talent on this team that's learning how to play in this league that is so difficult to get points in and put a string of results together. So for me, that's the one that I'm focused on the most, is that making sure the guys in front of me are prepped at the beginning of the game, at the beginning of the end of the first half, coming out in the second half, and closing out games.